Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Mantey. An important breakthrough is being developed in New Jersey to fight the tremors of Parkinson's disease. Jersey Matters' Sherry Karabin takes us into the lab to meet those who are working on a miracle.
Thank you, Larry. Millions of people suffer from tremors caused by Parkinson's disease and other movement disorders, but many are finding relief from a surgical procedure and this small iPod device that helps them control their symptoms.
You hold a spoon and I try to hold a spoon, eat with them, food flies all over, you know.
68-year-old Ramesh Patel is talking about his battle with a movement disorder known as essential tremor. Sometimes confused with Parkinson's disease, the condition causes uncontrollable shaking, primarily affecting the patient's upper body, such as the hands, arms, head, or voice, making it impossible to perform everyday actions like tying a shoe, typing on a keyboard, or eating a meal.
Essential tremor has other names. Sometimes they call it benign essential tremor or familial tremor. And the reason for that is it's, a hereditary condition, and it's characterized by tremor which happens during activities generally. So in your hands, when you're doing things, you'll develop the tremor, and it tends to affect both sides more than Parkinson's, which tends to predominantly affect one side of the body.
In Patel's case, he says when the symptoms began around 5 years ago, he assumed it was Parkinson's disease, the second most common neurodegenerative disease next to Alzheimer's. Parkinson's disease usually begins later in life and doesn't have a strong hereditary component. It's characterized by a resting tremor, along with stiffness of the limbs and trunk and slowness of movement.
It can affect people's balance, causing slowness, shuffling, tendency to fall backwards in particular, and it's due to the continual degeneration of cells in the brain that produce dopamine.
Since both movement disorders produce a tremor, Patel says his doctor sent him to JFK Medical Center, Hackensack Meridian Health in Edison, where Dr. Hannah and physician assistant Jacqueline Christini took a complete medical history and conducted a number of tests, including a DAT scan, ruling out Parkinson's. Patel was happy it wasn't Parkinson's, but he says his tremor continued to get worse, making it impossible for him to sign his name or function without his wife's help.
We're like almost disabled, you know.
So he decided to undergo deep brain stimulation surgery, used to eliminate or reduce tremor in both Parkinson's disease and essential tremor patients. In both conditions, deep brain stimulation surgery is often the most effective way to treat tremor.
Electrodes go in the brain, and they are connected to a generator which goes into the chest wall, very similar to a cardiac pacemaker, although it doesn't go in the same side as a cardiac pacemaker, it goes on the opposite side of the chest wall. Nothing is outside, everything is under the skin, and patients after a while really are not even aware of it.
Right in the operating room, we see the patient's ability to feed themselves with a cup of water change from going like this, spilling the water, to a smooth motion where they're able to, for the first time in years, be able to accomplish that.
Patients are able to turn the brain stimulation on and off using this small iPod device, which Christini pre-programs, giving patients several different options.
When they leave here, their symptoms are well controlled, and then maybe a week later, the tremor comes back. They have the option of switching to another program on their iPod and to, improve.
While Parkinson's disease patients generally need implants on both sides of the brain, many times those with essential tremor opt for surgery on their dominant side. That's what Patel did. And now, when his device is on, his tremor is almost non-existent.
Feels so good now. Happy too, Thanks to the doctor and their team,
In Edison, this is Sherry Karabin reporting for Jersey Matters.
All right, thank you, Sherry. When we come back, New Jersey still needs more organ donors. We'll talk about it when Jersey Matters continues.